The sterile hallways of the hospital echoed with frantic murmurs. In the lobby, a storm brewed around Dr. Mishra, his crisp white coat a stark contrast to the growing shadows of anger in the waiting crowd. They were shattered families, their loved ones lying on the brink within, victims of a brutal shooting. Time, however, was a luxury they didn't have. "Where were you, doctor?" A ragged voice cut through the air. "We called, we waited, our lives bled away while you—" Accusations tinged with grief and despair rained down upon him. But the doctor stood silent, his face etched with an unspoken pain. He knew their anguish, he shared their fear, for within his own heart, a storm raged fiercer than theirs. He entered the operating theater, his movements resolute, his fingers practiced. For an hour and a half, he battled the invisible enemy, stitching ripped flesh and mending fragile hope. When he emerged, his eyes held the weariness of a warrior who had stared into the abyss. "My son?" A trembling voice pierced the silence. The doctor's lips softened, a flicker of empathy chasing away the shadows of his own battle. "He's all right," he assured them, his voice rough but steady. "He'll be fine." Doctor left, the echo of his retreating footsteps chased by renewed murmurs. "He didn't even ask about our child," they muttered, resentment reigniting. But the nurse who followed, her eyes red-rimmed, knew the truth. "He saved your son," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "And just before, they found his son, in an accident." The air, thick with accusation, began to dissipate. Shame replaced anger, empathy replacing blame. Dr. Mishra, burdened by his own tragedy, had carried theirs through the darkness. He didn't need excuses, for his actions spoke louder than words. In the quiet of the night, the lesson resonated. Before judgment takes root, let understanding bloom. It's a story for classrooms, for life itself. For in understanding each other's struggles, we find not only solace, but the strength to carry one another through the darkest of nights.
Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.